11, 10, 9, 7, 5, 3, sound 1.
If you're walking around and just kind of like, yeah, I don't like black people. It's like, why?
You're just a racist.
Are you trying to put me through some anti-bias training here? Are you using my tax dollars on me? Oh my
You're
God.
catching on, aren't you?
Shit.
Okay. Wait a second. Are you saying they were accepted at this college and they were literally beating people up?
There are no refunds from your patron, idiot.
Got
You're
him.
3D, bitch. All right. Welcome back to the Black and White podcast. It's not as classy as it seems, is it, Devin?
No, it is not, sir.
It's terrible. It's riffraff. But, welcome to episode 2. I have the attention span of a gnat, so I don't remember if I said it was the second episode. And if I did, you're reminded again. It's the second episode. What's the topic of today, my friend?
It is AI, sir. The robots. Are they taking over? What's going to happen?
You know, I ask myself that every time I open my eyes in the morning. It's like, is this the day? Is this the day it finally happens? But
Dang, you're paranoid, bro.
you know, what are your thoughts on AI? I've got some thoughts. I've got some crispy, spicy thoughts. But what are your thoughts on AI? Are they good? Are they bad? Is it going to be Skynet? I think it's going to be Skynet.
I kind of believe that too. That might be because we're like 90s babies, but that's a whole other thing. But I have good and bad thoughts about AI, to be honest.
Okay.
Like, alright. So, for, like, let's go with good first. Good as in, like, it can create things that will make people's lives easier. Like, for instance, like online sales of things, like computer generated things. It's obviously going to do better than a human can just do.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, that's going to take some jobs away from some people, but that's the world we're going towards,
Yeah,
but,
I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah. But I think the biggest part, like the biggest good, is medicine. Dude, there's been things where, like, they can, like, do a surgery virtually and, like, to 99% success rate. So, like, eventually it's going to be able to do the surgery itself. And, like, you're going to survive. You're going to be fine. It's going to do it pinpoint accuracy.
You know, that is a bonus. I will say that. That's what if the internet goes down though? Then it's all over.
mid surgery just cuts. Like, oh
yeah.
no.
All blag. Yeah, you know, I think AI has some uses, but the issue is, like, to what end is it going to be used? Because it's going to be at work, for instance. I had a guy that I was talking to, and he worked for, like, Walmart, and they were putting in these automated, like, shopping stations or something like that, to where, like, you order something online, but, like, AI does all of it. Like, there might be a guy that goes around, like, bagging your groceries and stuff like that, but it eliminates you having to go in the store or deal with anybody. And I was like, you know what? This guy's job security is so secure. This dude is the poster child of secure job. But all those Walmart workers are going to be out of a job because of all this automation that it's doing. Like, you don't need, like, 4 cashiers to stock one little AI tube full of groceries. You know what I mean? But
True.
I don't know. I think the whole Hollywood stuff that's going on, dated the podcast already. Strikes are happening. But no, I think that's an interesting deal. Like, have you heard about what the Hollywood stuff is for AI?
Yeah. Like, they're AIing, like, background people and, like, writing scripts and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'd see that's where, like, we're chat. Fast forward a little bit in the podcast, we're gonna be using Chat GPT today asking it some questions, doing some ridiculous stuff. I do not want to contribute to AI, but for the purpose of entertainment, we're gonna do that. We're gonna dirty our hands a little bit. And I'm gonna be a hypocrite. I don't know about Devin. Devin, you seem pretty on board with the AI train. That's right. I'm instigating.
I don't want it to take over like Hollywood because I really enjoy movies and I like the creativity of the human mind when it comes to something like that.
Yep.
But other simple things, I mean, why not? The job that I have is not going to be taken over by AI ever. So maybe that's just me being biased because I'll have a job at the end of the day. I'm not that Walmart worker that got his job taken by some robot stocking shelves, you know?
Yeah. Our buddy Jeremy had robots that were, they bought a couple robots for like 80 grand a piece. And the union that he's a part of is like, whoa, you're taking our jobs. And
taking our jobs.
Yeah. And he got a pay raise because of it. Because they're like, hey, you're threatening my job security. Fuck you. And he's in a state that is, that probably lends itself pretty well towards that. But I don't know, like, I do like the convenience of AI. There is some stuff that's really nice that if you have no talent whatsoever, AI can do some pretty great stuff. AI art, for instance, I think that's dog shit. I think that's stupid. It threatens Chloe's job that she aspires to have.
It threatens creativity. Like that's not cool. It's like,
I think that should be
that's
barred
what
out
makes
of the
us
deal.
human.
Yeah, like apparently, like AI art steals from. It doesn't make its own art. It steals bits and pieces from everybody else's art and then comes up with something. And some of it can look really cool. Like I'm not going to say that I hate AI art in terms of I hate how it's created. If it was truly a computer that was not splicing together images and shit like that, there are some pretty badass AI art images out there, but somebody could draw just as good as that and think that stuff. I did have a guy at my work, though. He was talking about it, and he was like, yeah, you could ask it to draw like a Disney-themed Tool album art cover. And I was like, holy shit, that sounds awesome. I want to see a Disney-fied Tool album. And it did not do a good job. And I was like, fuck AI. That is garbage. I do not want to see this at all. So.
Yeah. See, that would have been cool if it did it right.
Yeah.
But like if you
have
asked
to be really
a person,
specific with it.
Yeah. If you asked a human being like in person and they're an artist and they listen to Tool or any artist, they could easily be like, bet. I mean, give me like a couple weeks. I don't know how long it's going to take to make it really good. I don't draw or anything like that, but weeks, months, and then they'll make it like perfect.
See, and you can critique little details that you'd want to see. AI might be able to do that, but you have to put in a lot of prompts and know on how to ask the question. I can't tell you on how long I've had issues with like video editing that I just wasn't phrasing the question right. And then I phrased it different one time, and I was like, oh my God, this changed my life in terms of this skill that I learned because I was searching up the right thing, you know? I don't want to have to put in a prompt in a way that the AI can do it, you know? It just, I don't know. There needs to be limits on it, you know? And some stuff is super convenient, though, in terms of fixing certain things. You know, if you're a coder, you can maybe have the AI fix your code. I've heard of stuff like that happening in video games and stuff like that. But that's probably taking away a coder's job. However,
eventually,
However, I think they're using AI for a game that I play a lot. I'm not going to name drop the game because I could be completely wrong. So I will just speculate here. But I'm pretty sure I heard a story where their code was just so convoluted and hard to sift through that they just implemented AI to find the inconsistencies within the code. I'm like, that's pretty badass. Like that saves potentially weeks in terms of development time because it was way faster than a human trying to scan through all that stuff and do it. So it
Yeah.
has practical uses that do help your life become easier. But what's the cost? Damn it.
The cost is like actual work, actual like people's livelihoods to an extent. Like, well, not even to an extent. That's exactly what it is. Like, if it takes a job away from a Walmart worker or a fast food place or a Amazon worker or something, then it gets smarter and smarter. And now it's taking a coder's job. Now it's taking. I'm sure a whole business could be run by AI eventually. Obviously, so it's like.
What you're telling me is Wall-E's going to become a reality.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
I mean,
it'll either be Wall-E or Terminator. Back to Skynet.
yeah, exactly. Like if time travel happens, we know that the AI won, like without question. Because I don't know, man. It's so weird. I think it's more of a detriment than an accomplishment. I think it's going to do great stuff, but I think that some people in their ivory towers are not going to understand the ramifications of it, or they don't give a shit about the ramifications of what AI is going to bring to the workplace. I think it does more harm than good in the long run.
I mean, whoever's like thinking it's going to be successful and like save the world or whatever, they're gonna die way before it.
Oh yeah,
becomes a serious problem.
See, dear listener, we ran some Chat GPT questions on some stuff that we had formed as a structure for the podcast, and the results were not as crazy as I thought they were going to be. Like, we're going to go over them, and I'm going to see if I can phrase it a different way this time. I just glanced. I didn't want to spoil the hilarity or the seriousness of it, but I also have a question you're going to really like that we come up with, and it might be our opening question to see it. But do you ever see the AI Seinfeld on Twitch?
No, I didn't know that was a thing.
I loved it. It was so garbage. That's the problem. Like, I get stuck in these like poop loops, is all I call it, of just absolute
like
garbage to to fill your mind with. And I just can't help but to indulge it. Like somebody had posted up, what's that shitty band? Hollywood Undead. Is that the band? Or is that a song by them?
You might be stepping on some people.
Look,
that's a band.
If you like Hollywood Undead, you're a Four Loko fuck boy. Like get out of our fucking Patreon or YouTube or whatever you're listening to this thing on.
And that brings us to our first sponsor, Kraken.
Yeah,
stick it in your Four Loko and go.
Exactly. But no, fuck. That was a good tie-in. Now we've got to AI generate an ad that's fake that is like a Kraken coming up eating Jack Sparrow and all that good stuff. But no, how the hell did I even get up on Hollywood Undead? They're just the poop loop. There we go. You see, my brain has like deteriorated due to all the poop looping. But I just this AI Seinfeld episode was hilarious, but it was so bad. It wasn't even funny. It was just odd because I think it was called Always Online or Always Open, and it was a 24/7 AI generated Seinfeld show. The art was really weird. It was kind of it was just like almost like pixel art, but almost blurry. But it was the setup of Seinfeld. So you'd have like his stand-up happen, then it would go to the apartment that they live in, and then they'd be doing all sorts of weird shit. Like they might be like planking on the coffee table or something like that. And they go through this whole really, really stupid arc of all the stuff that they're doing. And it gets banned, I think, for like transphobia or something like that.
Oh god,
It's like,
the
holy
AI is
shit.
transphobic.
Yeah. So whenever we go to Chat GPT, I don't think I saved the clip, but it literally warns you. It warns you that it may be racist. Like it's like it may be unintentionally racist. It's like, what the fuck do you mean it's going to be unintentionally racist? Like,
That's the AI
yeah,
trying
the
to cover
AI,
its
yeah,
ass like it does.
exactly. Like a bunch of a Call of Duty lobby was like, guys, I know what we're gonna do 20 years from now. AI is gonna get super big, and then we're just gonna keep on acting like this is a Call of Duty lobby in the chat, and we're gonna change the AI forever.
It's like we'll be able to say whatever we want forever.
Yeah.
You get it inward. You get it inward.
Yeah, exactly. The first N-word brought up in the podcast on this one. Damn it. But no, like right here, I don't even know what we're gonna have up on the screen, but we'll talk about it. Like for those audio listeners, for Chat GPT, for instance, it goes examples on how to use it. I suppose. Example, you parentheses it in. Example, quantum computing in simple terms. And then another one's got any creative ideas for a 10-year-old's birthday. And another one is how do I make an HTTP request in JavaScript? Now, see, that's super nice. That last one, that's convenient as hell. If I didn't know how to do something, I could ask the AI how to do it, and then I become efficient in these things based upon the AI doing it for me. So I would have no skill. I would just be implementing AI. Chloe had a conversation with me. My girlfriend had a conversation with me about AI art. Like this artist, her brother or something like that, did AI art, and her mom was like bragging about like, oh my son does AI art, and whenever he get pressed on it, like, or she was like, it's not that impressive. Like she just kind of called him out as bullshit because he wouldn't really like correct him, and whenever they like pressed him further, they were like, oh yeah, like what do you do? He's like, oh well, you got to spend a lot of time like figuring out what to say, like the right words to say. I'm like, dude, get the hell out of here. Like, that's the hardest part of your art, like figuring out where to put, a comma.
I was about to say that there's no actual work. Like, you're not doing art. You're not doing AI art. You're
not
prompting a system to create it for you.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Our icon for everything that it currently is an AI generated image. I was trying to find a font, and then it just generated that. And I was like, holy shit, that's great. So we're hypocrites. Like, I might be shitting on it, but it's made
full
it easy.
Force, yeah.
Like, and what's beautiful is I thought that the font was something we could find, but it just blurred a bunch of other fonts together. So we're basically going to steal that font. It's probably not good to say. We're probably just outing ourselves.
We're going to borrow.
Yeah, we're going too far.
Font.
we're going too far by taking it from the AI. We're taking it back. And by that we're just trying
AI. If you're listening, we're not taking it. We're borrowing it.
Yeah, we're borrowing
it. Just
so
remember that later.
Yeah. You know what? We're gonna we may cut that. I'm not sure. And by we may cut that, we're gonna keep it in. But no, we're not gonna do that. We're just joking. But but yeah, that's the best way to, I almost literally said again, cross our I's and dot our T's, which is just going to be what I say unironically now.
I think you're just a little slow. It's okay.
You know how I become unslow? AI.
I was thinking something totally different.
No. But okay, yeah. So back to our Chat GPT. So that those are the examples. The capabilities are.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what user said earlier in the conversation. Hang on. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So these don't feed into each other at all. Remember what user said earlier in this conversation. Allows user to provide follow-up corrections. Trained to decline inappropriate requests.
Ooh, but it can be racist.
Yeah. So, Devin, as the resident black man of this podcast,
Yeah.
Is the goal to make ChatGPT racist? Is that like you sounded like you wanted to incite some racism on the
No.
AI?
Whoa, let's not go that far. I'm just saying, if it warns you that it could be racist, and then it said it's trained to decline inappropriate requests, that means that it does not find racism as inappropriate requests.
Hey, I mean, it occasionally can be racist, but I'm not sure to what extent. So we're gonna have to push the envelope. We're not gonna be intentionally racist here, guys, but we are gonna see what we can trigger. I'm gonna say that we need to try to find a way to trigger it to give us some sort of like
we just type in,
answer.
if you were a white police officer walking down the street and saw a black male.
Oh no! Oh god! The worst part
Kidding.
No, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Oh my god! How dare you say that? How dare you create an amazing pretense that is so fucking terrible?
Immediately starts typing it.
Yeah,
it's terrible. Oh, no,
Click. Limitations may occasionally generate incorrect information, may occasionally produce harmful instructions or biased content. Limited knowledge of world and events after 2021. All right.
So it's not up to date. Okay, gotcha.
So let's ask ChatGPT. Let's see. We do this. This is a great. Somebody else asked me this question to ask, and I thought this is a brilliant one. So shout out to that person, also known as my dad, because I clearly don't have any good ideas. What should humans be afraid of?
Ooh, that's good. What did it just say? Me. ...
Yeah. What should humans? Humans afraid of? What should humans be afraid of the most? Question mark. Oh, no, that was not. Okay. Yeah, what should humans be afraid of the most? Let's see what it tells us. What the fuck?
Jeez.
Dear God. Okay, so
all right, Al Gore, calm down.
Yeah, fuck me. As of my knowledge update in September 2021, it's important to note that fears can vary greatly depending on individual perspectives, cultural context, and the current state of the world. However, some concerns that many people have considered important include climate change, pandemics and infectious diseases, technological risks. Whoa, what the fuck?
Such as artificial intelligence.
Yeah, it literally says the unintended consequences of rapidly advancing technologies such as artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and nanotechnology, including issues related to privacy, security, and ethical considerations. By the way, this is a very cookie-cutter response. Like, this isn't that
that's
impressive.
Crazy that it's it's still cookie-cutter, but it still said itself.
Yeah, see, that's where it freaks me the fuck out. That's where I don't like AI. Whenever it starts, and this is what that AI Seinfeld. We might have gotten away from that topic, but AI Seinfeld, literally, me watching it because it's like, okay, I'll watch this because it's ridiculous. They literally start talking about AI's replacement of people to give them like a harmonious existence. So the hard stuff is taken care of for us, but the issue is us having nothing to do. What will happen because of that? Like, it is the most self-aware, spooky fucking thing I've ever seen. Like, you're like, haha, it's Seinfeld and dog shit. And you're like, whoa. You are self-aware of the jobs you're taking over and also the implications of that and how we might respond as humanity. That's jacked. Like, no, you are not allowed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Geopolitical tensions and conflict. Social inequity and injustice, loss of biodiversity, the ongoing extinction of species and destruction of ecosystems, which can have far-reaching consequences for ecosystems and human well-being. Nuclear weapons, healthcare access and quality, misinformation and disinformation, personal well-being. Now, here's what I will say. This is where it seems like the AI is not free thinking, but it also seems like it is tailored and curtailed to certain biases. Like if it's bringing up climate change and misinformation and disinformation, misinformation and disinformation is a huge problem. I'm not saying that it's not, but that's a very big talking point between political parties. You know what I mean? So it's an interesting.
It's like he's
deal.
It's trying to make the people, like the general population, is trying to put that fear into them. Like most people are not genuinely afraid of misinformation and disinformation. They understand it's a fucked up thing in the world, but they're not like afraid.
Oh yeah.
But this is like, you should be scared of your government type thing. Like that's what that kind of gives me.
I agree. Okay, here's the next question for Chat GPT. How are you a risk to humanity? I love how it has to give me. Okay, that's fucking terrifying. I don't like it. Bias and unfairness. AI models like mine can inherit biases present in the training data, which can lead to biased or unfair outputs, particularly in areas like gender, race, or other sensitive attributes. This could perpetuate or amplify existing inequalities. That seems like somebody that's super worried about offending people and programmed it to be really nice about being scared of offending people, which I get it. It doesn't need to perpetuate harmful stereotypes, but
or it could be the AI itself being like, we're gonna try our hardest not to offend you, but it's like, I can offend you if I want to, you know?
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Within the AI Seinfeld thing, they had to put parameters in there to like avoid racism or homophobia or sexism and stuff like that. So the issue that it does get into is that they have to input like bias inside of the system to keep it from being offensive. So they are actively trying to make it less offensive. Where if I were to create AI, I guess you have to have parameters, but I wouldn't necessarily worry about that. Like if you're trying to make it free think, let it free think, and however it wants to conduct itself, let it conduct itself. That's how you. By the way, if those fail safes were to fail, right? Everything has good intentions, but if that fail safe were to fail, it's going to do that anyway. You know, let it do its thing and see how harmful it can become. Like, don't let it spread. You know, it's not like it's a fucking virus, but if it had the ability to do that, that's a bad deal. But see where AI goes whenever it doesn't have input from, I mean, it's always going to have human input, but try not to, you know, reduce its ability to do its own thing.
Well, that's like, I mean, not to go back to another AI movie, but that's iRobot. It had. I've been thinking about
iRobot the whole week.
Yeah, I mean that's what it was programmed to have biases of what like safety was and what like helping the society live a safe life. But then it was like, okay, well, we actually think, or the mainframe was thinking like, well, this is the safe that I think, and if you oppose it, then you're not safe, type of thing.
Yep. Like,
so those biases like that, I mean, that's a prime example of those fail-safes not meaning jack shit to that AI.
It's based off of, we're humans and we're flawed. We're never going to create something that's perfect, right? There might be, you might be able to create a perfect circle. You can do some stuff that's damn near perfect, but, man, something's going to go wrong. You know, like, I've talked to you about that show Psycho-Pass, right? That anime?
Yeah, you said something about it.
I was watching it. I just finished the first season of it, and holy shit. It is like textbook of... I highly recommend it, especially with this episode. Like, if in the comments or wherever this is posted, let us know if you've seen Psycho-Pass. And hopefully Devin here will watch it. and the discussion will be made. But like in the show, there's this thing called the Sybil system, which implements like a hue check, like your mental state of wherever it's at, and you have an acceptable fluctuation of where your mental state's at. But over a certain point, you get labeled as a criminal, and then all sorts of crazy stuff happens. So the whole entire, it's Japan. All of Japan has all these little like street cameras and stuff that check your psychopaths, as they call it. And if it starts getting a little cloudy, they might send you to like some stuff to like bump it up a little bit, make you feel better. But some people are beyond rehabilitation, and some people that are good people are deemed criminals that aren't criminals, but it's because of the system. But whenever you find out in that show how the system was conceived and how it works, you go, holy shit. Like, it's a huge twist, and you are not expecting it. You're like, oh, damn, this is worse than I thought. But, yeah, what is AI? Let's see. How are you risk to humanity? Let's go back to chatting with our little chat GPT. Why don't we?
Well, one quick little thing that I think about that anime.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like if you're walking down the street and you have like a, let's say an intrusive thought to like push somebody in the road, it's going to give you like...
Yeah,
like commercials totally about kittens and rainbows or something just to calm you down.
Yeah. Like they like if you start to think a controversial topic, it clouds your shit to where they flag you. So you can't even really like entertain like random thoughts of craziness because it's like, oh shit.
Dang.
You know? It's pretty and it kind of begs the question of like free will and how would a society actually thrive if that were the case, and is that society truly happy with those things in place? You know, free will's removed, everything's decided for you. Even your jobs in that society are chosen for you by the civil system, what your aptitude is. So highly recommend.
Okay. I'll watch it. I'll check it out. We could talk about it in another episode. Maybe.
Exactly. We will have an anime centric podcast. By the way, if you haven't noticed, guys, we just got done talking about, you know, superpowers and what we would have. This is kind of everywhere. We're kind of nerds with our stuff that we like, but we kind of like everything. So, we'll talk about everything that interests us, and if it interests you, well, hopefully it interests us, and maybe we'll talk about it.
We'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, eventually in the backlogs. But yeah, man. So how is it a risk to humanity? Misinformation and manipulation. AI generated content can be used to spread misinformation or disinformation, potentially causing harm by deceiving people or manipulating public opinion. Okay. Yeah, privacy concerns.
That checks out.
Yeah. If AI systems are used to generate content that invades privacy, this can lead to violation of individual rights and potential misuse of personal information. Yeah, I would say so. I don't like on how it becomes like worse though. Job disruption. Widespread adoption of AI could lead to job displacement in certain sectors, impacting livelihoods and economic stability.
Yeah, we talked about that. Like
we did.
That one's clearly going to happen.
By the way,
AI gets
this is great. We're being proven right. Autonomous
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
No, it's terrible. In the case of AI controlling autonomous systems, errors or unintended behaviors could lead to accidents or other harmful outcomes. All right, just like iRobot. Tell me that whenever you think of iRobot, you think of that badass scene where Will Smith is in his car and he's like lounging, kind of almost taking a nap, and then some shit's going a little wrong. He's like, "Hold up a minute, what's going on? Hold up, wait a minute," and then the robots just start jumping on the car. That scene stuck out with me ever since that movie came out. I was like, damn, it'd be so cool to have an automated car. But what if it glitched? And you're like, there it is. That was the worry.
It's like, maybe not. Hold up.
Did you see that car? Jamie, pull up the car. Did you see that car on, they're test driving a Tesla on like the AI driven Tesla that it goes about, or whatever the hell they use. I guess it'd be AI. There's like a garbage truck in the way. I think it moves around the garbage truck, but they almost get T-boned. It like floats a stop sign and almost gets T-boned by someone. And the guy has to manually brake. He's like, even if it were to break, I didn't trust it enough because it was too close. Like, that's going to happen. You know?
Yeah.
It's not going to update. It's just not. There are still going to be accidents. It's not going to be perfect. You can't claim that it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, the AI itself is going to believe that it's doing the right, like, traffic move, and then the unpredictability of a person actually driving the other car, or another AI thinking it's doing the correct traffic move, but then, like, a obstruction falls in the way. Like, it's gonna go crazy. It's not gonna know what to do. It's gonna crash into everything.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be I will say it might reduce some accidents, some like stupid accidents, but some are obviously still gonna happen.
Absolutely. I agree. These are actually getting more worrisome the more we go down the list. Like this one. Unintended. Oh no, are you all right? Sounded like you just like fell. It's like, oh.
It's worrying me.
Yeah. Unintended consequences. AI systems might produce outputs that are logically consistent with their training data, but are undesirable or even harmful in real-world scenarios. What? Oh my God. See, this is the problem. Whenever the AI says the thing from the movies where shit goes wrong, and then it admits that its shit might go wrong. What? It's like the AI's fucking Thanos. Hey, if I wipe out half of the population, your resources aren't going to be depleted and you're going to be okay. What?
Yeah, it's like
what?
I'm going to mess up and like there might be some casualties, but like it was the logical thing to do.
Yeah. Imagine like you're getting crushed underneath a robot boot and like as you're getting crushed to death, it's like can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, and then it crushes you and you're like, fuck. Of course it uses that, and like you die because it doesn't have any independent thought. I mean, it does, but it's input by humans. Like, imagine how
so mad.
Yeah, you'd be like, fuck, that was kind of funny. Shit.
Like, LOL.
yeah. Get wrecked, noob. No. Teabags you. You're like, holy shit. The Call of Duty lobby really did step up a bit.
We knew it was them all along.
Yeah. Okay, see, I've got a scenario. I've got some scenarios maybe later on in the podcast that we can implement as AI. Dependency and reliability. Over-reliance on AI systems could... It's fucking Wally, dude. Over-reliance on AI systems could lead to reduced critical thinking and decision-making skills in humans, making us overly dependent on technology. Dude, are you aware of on how much fucking Facebook and mobile phones have already done that? Like, what would you do without your mobile phone? It's a fucking calculator. It's a weather app. I mean, it does everything we could possibly do. All of my business can be conducted on my phone. All of it.
I feel like I could go without it for a few days, but then I would be like, oh, I'm bored, or what's this? Like, I have ADHD, like, really bad, so I'd be like, what's this this answer to this thing? And then I would never find it. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm going crazy now.
Exactly. What do boobs look like? It's been 3 days. I haven't seen boobs in forever. Oh, God.
I don't know. Are they circular? Are they triangles? I don't know.
They're fucking squares and they feel like sand. Oh, my God. You're just like grabbing Play-Doh and shit. I think this is what it was. Yeah.
Where would I get Play-Doh? I just randomly have Play-Doh.
Hey, you don't? I have Play-Doh by the drum.
Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough.
You remember whenever Play-Doh used to dry out and you just get really sad? Because you're like, yep, I'm gonna have to get more of that. This is lame.
Yeah. Then it could like never like get back to the squishy. It's
Yeah,
just like kind of
yeah.
like
Regardless of
cracks,
how
and
much
you're like,
water you added, it was still just shit. It's like, okay, like your parents thinned it out with water and tried to do their best, but they're also like, this dumbass left the can open. I'm not gonna fucking get him more Play-Doh. Just put some water on it.
Yeah, my parents, they didn't do the wet it for me thing. They were just like, oh, you messed up your Play-Doh. You won't do that next time. And then I did it again. I'm like, shit.
You're like, I'll show you, Mom and Dad, who the real idiot is. It's me. You think
It's
you're better
always
than
been me.
Security vulnerabilities is the last one, by the way. If AI models are not properly secured, they could be exploited by malicious actors to carry out cyber attacks or other harmful activities. It's like everything that we talked about before asking this question.
Yeah.
If that is our concern, and by the way, this is it admitting it, by the way. It's admitting that this shit could happen. It's terrifying.
And you know what's crazy about that last one is, what if another AI like took over a different AI?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, oh shit, yeah.
What would it be malicious towards the creator of the first AI, or would it be malicious towards like a specific biased human society? Like, where does it stop?
Yep. See, okay, look at this. So I asked it, what did I ask you? What do you think of AI art? I don't have personal opinions or emotions, but I can provide information on the topic of AI generated art, is what it tells me.
Okay.
Some view AI generated art as a new form of creativity where machines can produce novel and innovative works that humans might not have conceived otherwise. Bullshit. Others argue that AI lacks genuine creativity because it relies on patterns and data from existing human creations. So it just admitted that it fucking does that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it never denied that, so I guess I can't really blame it for that one.
Yeah. Ethical, like, we're just skimming through this because I think is a really generic response. Ethical considerations. Discussions often touch on ethical issues, such as the potential for AI-generated art to replicate styles of marginalized or deceased artists without proper recognition or consent. Like,
I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, it definitely copies like artists that are dead.
It has no
idea. Have the right to them.
It has no idea what the fuck art is until it's been input with art to reference. You know what I mean? Like, how do you describe art? I don't know. All right.
Give my my question I asked you.
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh, you're going that question.
Oh wait! I thought that was the one that you asked. Oh shit!
No, not. Well, yes, I want to know that one, but I was talking about McDonald's.
Oh fuck!
My McDonald's.
Shit.
one.
Okay, well let's get this lame ass one out of the way.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Lame might not be.
Wait. Like, I just mean it's a lame topic to talk about.
No.
Fuck you.
I heard you.
This is 2 episodes in a row you're trying to paint me as racist. Sure, it's called Black and White and we're a black and white guy, but how dare you insinuate that? I can insinuate it on my own, thank you.
Alright, fair enough. I'll let you do it next time.
What the hell's wrong with you people?
Oh God, there it is.
Alright. So,
I didn't think next time was in the next 2 seconds.
Hey. You gotta hit while the iron's hot. Or strike while the iron's hot. Wait, that sounded worse. Fuck! Shit! Alright, how would you solve race relations? Yeah, ChatGPT needs to save our friendship right now. I hate the second fucking answer. Because that's...
Oh God,
how the fuck is it so opinionated about this shit? It's something to be opinionated on. It's fine, but fuck me. It's been the... okay. How would you solve race relations, ChatGPT? I want to like put... You know what'd be funny? Is in post, if we can figure this out, if I can layer my voice to have like a robot sound. So where it's like I'm reading off the deal, it's like you are asking this question.
Like use AI to change your voice on an AI podcast.
Yeah. Fuck. Actually,
I like it.
Oh shit, yeah. I've got this voice mod, and I just realized that it does use some AI, I guess, but you can also mess it up yourself. But yeah, how would you solve race relations? Addressing and improving race relations is a complex and multifaceted challenge that requires systemic changes, social understanding, and collaborative efforts. While I can't provide a definitive solution, I can offer some general approaches that have been proposed by experts, activists, and scholars to promote better race relations. Education and
Taking other
awareness.
people's ideas. I like it.
Yeah. It's all been stealing other people's ideas. We need to give it some more
Ugh.
original shit. So it says education and awareness, open dialogue. Encourage open and honest conversations about race, racism, and discrimination. Creating safe spaces for dialogue can help people share their perspectives, experiences, and concerns, leading to greater mutual understanding. So safe spaces is a dumb
I'm not saying
fucking
that
word.
hasn't. Well, yeah, I'm not saying that hasn't like been a thing and worked in some situations.
Yeah.
But that was the answer since like the beginning of, I don't know, the civil rights movement. It's like put them in situations where they can understand.
Yeah.
But you see where we're at now, and it's still not there.
I don't disagree with there being, a safe place to talk about it, I think safe space is like a fucking dog whistle for idiots to just bitch about it being called a safe space. Like, I do think it's a dumb statement somewhat, but I mean, you're not going to have a fucking conversation about black rights like at a KKK rally. You know what I mean? That's kind of like not the place to talk about it, but I don't think that everywhere is so venomous about it. You know what I mean? There are places that you probably wouldn't, but I think that's hyped up a little bit. But these are just literally cookie cutter answers. I mean, anti-bias training, I think that's fucking stupid. In fact, I will touch on this one.
Military does that all the time.
That's fucking stupid.
That's
shit.
a yearly training for the military, but
that's wasting my tax dollars.
People's
thought, fucking stupid.
Oh yeah, sorry. Spoiler alert. That's where your taxes are going.
Yeah, fuck that. Like, that's fucking stupid. Like, hey, why don't you go across the ocean and kill these people of a different race where we know that people are saying some horrific shit racially at them because they're trying to kill each other. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
and then you come back and you do an anti-bias training.
Yeah, it's like, oh, thank you so much. I'm totally not biased anymore after my friend's arm got blown off. Thank you so much. I'm not saying that I would be, but like, I probably wouldn't. I think what was interesting, I will touch on that. We were in Colorado for an event in my work, and our van broke down, and we were helped out at this Pep Boys for getting it fixed up, and they ended up not being able to fix the van. But he was an Iraq war veteran, and he was unbelievably cool. And my dad was asking him some questions about what it was like over there, and how the people were like, not in like a oh hey, like, how are those people? Like, it was just interesting. He was just having a conversation that was a really cool conversation. But you could tell, and I think the guy was a Marine, you could tell that he didn't care what other people thought about the country, especially during that time, because he's like, man, I was in villages, there were kids giving me bread. He saw a side to that country that his heart warmed up to that country rather than left him with this, hate that, some people are going to have. They have a rough time in war and stuff like that. But I thought it was interesting that even if you had an opinion that might have been negative about Iraq, not saying that I did, but I mean, there was some non-cool shit going on everywhere at that time. But like, it just sounded like I endorsed like the war on terrorism, and also I was like, yeah, Iraq did nothing wrong, but like, we did some shit that wasn't like completely right. But also,
it's like we were wrong on both sides, so
yeah, it's like, hey, like, I support the military. Don't get me wrong, I have no qualms with them. I love the military, but anti-bias training, that's fucking stupid. For instance, it says implement training programs that raise awareness of unconscious biases and provide tools for individuals or organizations to address and mitigate these biases. Let's talk about unconscious bias. if you guys came into this podcast going, black and white, it's a black and white guy, that's kind of fucked. I wouldn't say that's an unconscious bias
immediately, though.
That's
no,
fucking,
it is.
I would say that's conscious. You're very conscious of that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see on how you're unconscious with your biases at all. You're just a piece of shit, or you're not. You know, I don't walk around being like, oh, you know, I didn't think that I was predetermined to hate Mexicans, but I suppose I am. Like, why isn't that wall?
Well, think about it like this: if you were raised in a certain area of a country, and you, like, your ancestors have hated a certain other part of the country or a different race for generations, but you've never met somebody of that, like, race or other part of the country, but you automatically have the unconscious bias that person or that side is bad, and then you meet one, and then you're like, oh, I did have that unconscious bias. Like, I actually have no problem with that person. That's where the unconscious bias comes in.
See, I still think that that's a conscious thing. I think that if you're a fucking simpleton, maybe you have unconscious bias. Maybe I'm going to get flamed online now. They're like, oh, he's an asshole. I just think it's fucking
They're like,
stupid.
you know, Devin, he's all right. He's a good guy. Jordan, I don't know about him.
Yeah,
he might be a bad cookie.
Fuck. I knew it. 2 episodes in. This is where we kill it. We get 1 month of patrons. You get an exclusive Patreon episode, and then we're done. We're done. But I just think that's a stupid deal. I think that people know how they feel about people. You know, if for generations you were taught to hate black people, for instance, you're very aware that you dislike black people. Like, it's talked about all the time. That's very conscious, in my opinion. I don't see on how that's an unconscious deal. If they're talking about unconscious bias, being like you walk around with a bug up your ass about black people all the time, yeah, that'd be unconscious bias, but you're still very aware that you just dislike a certain race of people. And I think that's fucked up. I think that's wrong and stupid. And I think that if people walk around with unconscious bias, that's fucking dumb as shit. I hate it.
It's all about, like, what is it? Nurture versus nature.
Mm-hmm.
That's the nurture side is the unconscious bias. It's not that you don't know about it. Oh, I mean, no, it actually is that you don't know about it because you were raised that way and you never knew the other side. So, like, if you never knew that one person could act like somebody, like, act like a person that you would very much enjoy their company, then that's where your unconscious bias comes in. I'm talking about the people who maybe are not as, what's the word? If you've been to other parts of the country, like worldly. Like, maybe they don't have the experience.
Yeah,
Those are the people that have unconscious biases.
I think that's
the
fun.
people
I think those people are stupid.
Well, they don't know. They're ignorant. I wouldn't call it stupid. I'd say ignorant because they just don't know.
I would
never
say
experienced.
I don't fully disagree with that, but I also think that there's a simpleton part to it. Like you lack. Okay, some people lack imagination, right? So if you lack imagination or curiosity, which is just human nature to be curious, I honestly think that it's stupid. It's just a lack of wanting to use your brain and entertain thoughts that are contrary to what you think. You know, I think it's stupid to be completely one way or another. You know what I mean? You should keep an open mind on everything, completely.
But that comes back to the nurture again, though. Like, you might have curiosity at one point, and then your environment, like, almost figuratively and possibly literally, it could beat it out of you. Like, you could be curious about something, and then now you just lost a hand in some countries. Yeah. You're not curious anymore. So you're not stupid. You just know there's consequences.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
You've broadened my unconscious biased mind, Devin. But I still think, you know, I get that. That level of it, I get. I think
Yeah.
if you walk around with like a bug up your ass about black people or just like your inherent any people, not just black people, but like if you're walking around and just kind of like, yeah, I don't like black people. It's like, why? It's like, you
It's
fucking
like,
idiot.
my
Like,
family doesn't, so I don't. Yeah,
like,
that's the stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not unconscious bias.
Yeah.
You're just a racist.
Yeah, exactly. And I think feigning unconscious bias is a way of, and I'm not saying that it's an intentional racism, but also I think it's fucking dumb. I get your point. And I get it. I don't fully disagree with it. I still hate the whole unconscious bias concept of like, are you that fucking stupid? Like, and I get it. You might get a beaten out of you. You might lose a hand. You know what? Are you trying to put me through some anti-bias training here? Some unconscious bias training? Are you using my tax dollars on me? Oh my
You're
god!
catching on, aren't you?
Shit.
No, okay.
Yeah, the Black
It's
and
like-
Non-Problematic Podcast. Like the name's gonna be changed. Yeah, back to race relations. Let's see, diverse representation. I think diversity
that's
for
been a
the sake
big
of
problem.
diversity is fucking stupid. I think that, wow, my unconscious bias is running rampant.
You didn't listen to the training at all, did you?
Yeah, son of a bitch. Ensure representation of diverse racial and ethnic groups in media, government, education, and other areas of society. This contribute to breaking down stereotypes and promoting inclusivity. I've got an idea, right? Now, hear me out to not necessarily completion. You can interject, but things like the affirmative action or something like that. I know there's an affirmative action thing. There was some college that started. Now people are like, factually fucking wrong. Kill yourself. I hate you. Piece of shit podcast. Unsubscribe. There are no refunds from your patronage, idiot. You're
Got
already
him.
3D, bitch. I think that diversity for the sake of diversity is stupid. I think that it's like the Witcher whenever it was getting flamed online for not having diversity in like the book or the game or the fucking show or something like that. I think it was the game.
Yeah.
It is set in a predominantly like white country. It's set within pretty much white folklore. You know, it's not saying that black people or, you know, other people can't exist, but they're few and far between. And like the population of it was like, there's hardly any black people where the country was. I think it was like, I don't remember. In fact, maybe I should research.
Yeah. I don't remember what country,
Yeah.
but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
hyper white. Like it's almost it's rare to see a black person in it. And people are like, well, that's fucked up. There's no representation, dude. If there's not fucking representation there because it almost doesn't exist, you don't need diversity for the sake of diversity. Like it's funny to I'm not saying it's funny. Like you need comedic relief from like an ethnic group, but you just don't put it for like why does it have to be viewed through the lens of that? You know, I don't get that. I mean, I get it, but I think it's a stupid reason. Like
No, I get what you're saying with that. Like if it's diverse just to be diverse, that's where the comic relief comes in there, and then it almost seems offensive because you just put that race in there to be funny, but they don't. They're not actually in that area or in that time period or in that region.
Well, it's also like it's also pandering to a degree, right? Like there was, I don't remember what college it was, but the college stopped admitting Asian people into it because Asians were kicking the shit out of everybody. I've got an idea, right? It might be like Chinese or someone, but I'm just gonna say Asian because I don't know exactly if it was a particular Asian group that did it, but Asian ethnicity were beating the shit out of people. It was like there was like the Jewish community on one of them was like crazy. Like the Jewish admittance was like fucking nuts to where like, hey, don't accept any more Jewish people in here. It's the same thing for Asians. Here's my opinion as a white American. Wake up, white America. If the whites, if white people, right, are getting the absolute fuck beaten out of them, I mean, in every way. If Asians are beating the fuck out of us in a certain area of
Wait a second. Are you saying they were accepted at this college and they were literally beating people up, or they were just
No, I mean, sorry, I probably phrased that weird.
Okay.
I phrased that weird. Sorry.
I thought there was Asian gangs at this college. I'm like,
no,
what's going on?
Yakuza are just fucking coming in droves. No, the Asian students were doing so much better than everybody else. They stopped admitting as many Asian students. I've got an idea.
Okay.
If you're of Asian ethnicity and you're beating the fuck out of everybody, then you deserve to keep on beating the fuck out of everybody. Period. I don't think that there needs to be some sort of like, oh well, hey, give white people a chance, give black people a chance. I don't know. Maybe white and black people need to work harder to kick the shit out of the Asians in terms of our intelligence for that particular field. If there is a certain race of people that just find themselves predisposed to be really good at this one thing, why should we hamstring that ethnicity on doing that? I honestly don't. I don't see on how that's productive. You know, I get diversity. I get that diversity's good. But why should I be penalized for being really fucking good at something? You know what I mean? And I'm saying that as a white guy, totally endorsing Asians beating the shit out of everybody. Here's my whole deal. If white people take shit for granted too much and certain ethnic groups do better than them, well then fuck you, white people. You need to do better. Like okay, cool. Like it's not handed to you on this silver platter. Oh, you're white. Who gives a shit? Oh, you're black.
See, that's the thing.
Like
that's the thing in circumstances like that. There's always that group that's getting their shit kicked in. That's like, oh, we need to change this because we need to change that. It's the same thing. Like for this is educational, but it's the same thing with a sport or a sport here, or a sport there. There's always that group that's just like, oh, well, this race has won the past 15 Olympic events in this category. Now we need to try and do something, or we put a ban here, or we put a rule here. It's like I'm gonna botch her name, but Simone Biles. So Simone Biles,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, she literally beat. Like she was just so good that they were like, we got to change the rules. It's probably not a race thing, but the fact that they did that was very sketchy with it. It's like
if somebody's beating the shit out of them, like get over it. Like don't change the rules because somebody's super fucking good. They beat the shit out of it. Get over it. Like this human being is so exceptional at this. Who gives a shit? This person will go down in history as in fucking sane. They will be inhuman almost on their ability to kick the shit out of stuff. Don't limit human capability. But also, I get that if you're a shit shoveler and there's this area where people just remain shit shovelers, I get that people need a hand up. Guess what? Just fucking apply yourself. I get that there's a lot more to it than that, than just applying yourself. But I'm saying that, hey, if white people are losing more ground on stuff that we're good at because we're too fucking lazy or stupid and people are better than us, then cool. I don't like the way that my sentences are phrased of like us versus them. I don't like that. It's not. I'm saying that with like
we're all in this together.
Yeah, exactly. We're all in this together. I am endorsing other races beating the shit out of my race. That's awesome. I think that's badass. I have no problem with that. But people that have a problem with that are idiots. It's like, okay, cool. They're really good in this field. Why should we limit their potential in being in this field? Like, we're all human beings. It's like you're seeing it through a lens of race. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like it should be the person. It has nothing to do with your race. If you are good at it, you should be able to go in there. It's kind of like I guess affirmative action is the same thing. If there are two candidates, right, and they're looking to be racially diverse as a company, and let's say, for instance, there's a Hispanic guy and there is a white guy. And the white guy is more qualified than the Hispanic guy, but the Hispanic guy gets the job because they need to be racially diverse. I think that's fucking stupid. if it were a
Yeah,
black guy versus a Hispanic guy, or an African American guy rather, and a Hispanic guy, and the Hispanic guy gets it, well, okay, like he didn't need the fucking job. He wasn't. I mean, he needed the job, but he wasn't as qualified as the other person. So the company itself gets less good stuff because they're just trying to be diverse. I think the best person
there's
for
no
the
point
job
in
needs a
doing
job.
that. Yeah, there's no point in hurting the company because you want to be diverse. Diversity does not equal profit and what is it? Capability,
Mm-hmm.
Engagement. It doesn't like hit all these parts that you want just because they're of a different race than the rest of the company, like the majority of the rest of the company.
Yeah. I think diversity hires are stupid. I think the person that best fits a job needs the job. I don't think that, to be honest, I just don't think that anybody needs any handouts. I mean, there are people that definitely need a leg up. Hell, I need a leg up. You know what I mean? Everybody I know, a lot of people I know are like, man, I can do with a little bit more money. Like everybody needs more money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like everybody needs a leg up in that, but like I don't think that it should be viewed through a lens of race. I think all these things need to be viewed as the person that's right for the job. I don't like it'd be like me hiring somebody at my job. I wouldn't look at the race and be like, "Oh, Asian, huh? I don't know if that's gonna drive here, Sonny." No, like if the
Well,
dude's
see, that's the
badass
thing.
and he's
Some CEOs and stuff, some like companies, they'll be like, "Oh, well, he's Asian, and I don't like Asians."
fuck
Like
that
it's
guy.
a flip, two sides of a coin. There, the other side's like also has a very bad tendency of being like, "Oh, that Asian is more qualified than this black guy." So, and this is like a black owned company or something, or an Asian owned company or something, and they would just be like, "Well." Or this flip that around. The black guy's more qualified than the Asian. It's Asian owned company, but they're like, I don't like black people, so they hire the Asian.
That's fucked, by the way.
That happens. That happens all the time.
Oh
like,
yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Every day.
I would say that yeah, I would say that that's yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, and there's stuff that you could do to, I don't know, man. It kind of goes back to that whole I don't know. There's just some stuff that should just be raged against, rather than just be like, oh yeah, that's the way it is, so it's got to stay that way. It's like whenever, I don't give a shit if it's true or not. I think it's probably true. I'd venture to say this is absolutely true. Whenever Trump was having them mark C for like colored on the applications for his apartment complex or his fucking Trump Tower thing that people are in, and they would deny that.
I did hear about that. Yeah, I did hear about that.
If it's a statistical fact that, and I'm not saying that it is or it isn't, but I'm saying that there's probably a fact out there that says that like if you have a certain ethnic group in a certain area, it brings property value down. I would say fuck you. Don't let that become the normal. If this black person makes a shit pot of money, if they're able to afford this fucking place, give the black person the fucking place. Look at their finances. Don't look at their fucking color. That's fucked up. That's stupid. Even if, by the way, even if data were to support that, right? And say, yeah, it brings property value down. Well, fuck that. Change that lens that it's seen through. That's not, and I get the world sucks and the world isn't the way that it needs to be in a lot of areas, but fuck that, man. And I mean, I know it's a long ass time ago, and I think that we're moving away from that as a society pretty damn well. I don't think, but I do think that society right now is up in arms about race a lot. And I do think that
of course.
Everybody's way more, they're way more vitriolic than they used to be. And that's unfortunate.
Ooh.
I think the extreme
hold
left.
Hold up now. Real quick. What did you just say? Vitriol. What was that word?
Vitriol.
You with a dick. You got a dictionary out there?
Yeah, I got a fucking yeah. Between me
smart.
saying,
that's the smartest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, hell yeah.
What's up?
you know.
I don't know you. You ain't
Exactly.
the same Jordan.
Oh, hang on. Let me say fuck like 6 times in a row. I gotta counter.
Yeah. Come back.
Come
What are you
shit. But no, it's just stupid. And by the way, you interrupted like the worst time where I was like extreme left, and then it was like racist dog whistle, and that's like I think that if you're extreme in either way, you're a total fucking dickhead that needs to just shut up. I don't think there needs to be any inciting violence that you should be punched in your dick and or whatever you got. But you're an idiot. Extremes on both sides are morons. Be in the middle.
Moral of the story is, be understanding of both sides.
Exactly.
In one way, shape, or the other.
Exactly. And if one side's full of shit and it's documented, and one side's full of shit and it's not documented, and I'm full of shit and I'm documented, well, you know what? It's documented.
We're all full of shit.
Yeah, exactly. That just devolved.
You, everybody full of shit.
I throw the word vitriol out there, and then I'm like, ugh.
It went all downhill from that word because I was like, hold up, that's smart as shit. And then shit.
Hey,
shit.
you look, hey, you're like, hey, he's smart today. And I'm like, nah, I got to counteract this. No, I got some big boy words. But yeah,
I mean, kudos to us just for a second here. Listeners, we do not talk this smart or this educational about anything ever. So that was probably like one of the most deep and like society driven conversations we've ever had, you know? Like, the next podcasts are not going to be
if you think
so intelligent.
That's a pretty good point. If you guys think that this is going to be some sort of debate club every podcast, you're going to be disappointed. What's our next one? If you're a patron, you've already listened to it. If you're not a patron, we literally just talked about Reddit. Am I the asshole? That was the podcast like last week. So like it is not highbrow here. Now we are intelligent. We can form words good. I word good, but don't expect that highbrow social commentary all the time. Now if you guys like it, we can bring it up occasionally, but it's not our cup of tea to talk all the time. This is a fun conversation, but I mean, trust me, if you like us being this opinionated about race issues and AI, we'll be talking about video game franchises like a couple months from now, probably, and it'll all be hunky-dory because we'll get this heated about it again. So, yeah.
Probably even more heated, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I'm going to be
is
way
that bad
more...
to say? We'll be way more heated about video game franchises and race relations.
No. Now, see, it's because we're not concerned about it. They may be an issue. Like, okay, I'll go out on a limb here. We'll go back to race relations for a second, and we're still not out of it, I guess. But like, have you experienced discrimination in your life? Like, have you experienced racism directed at you at all?
Oh yes, I have.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you think you've ever been discriminated for a job because of your race?
Ooh, a job. Yeah, I don't know about a job, to be honest. But just in general public settings and like personal relations with people, then yeah.
Look, dude, you got to get past me using that word a couple months back, okay? You just move past... I'm just playing. Nothing was ever said like that. I promise. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. But no, see, that's unfortunate. I hate that somebody did that. I do not have to deal with that because of my snow white skin. Although, they may call me a redneck.
Be like that.
Yeah. Exactly. Fuck. That's that white privilege I've been hearing about. Shit.
But that's it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm too broke to have white privilege. What the hell are they talking about? But we just talked about it, Jordan, you piece of shit. But yeah.
You just backtrack so quick.
Yeah. Damn it. I don't learn. Oh, God. Yeah, so let's see what else AI has to say about it. Diverse representation.
I want to hear it. No.
What?
Like, hold up. Fuck this. Sorry. Fuck the race thing. We understand it, and AI is giving us cookie cutter answers. Like, I'm not gonna. For the people who can't see the screen, I'm looking at it right now, and those are the most cookie cutter answers like I've ever heard in my life. If you don't agree that it should be meet in the middle and like understand both sides, then fuck off.
That's
Boom,
a fact.
mic drop.
End of podcast. It's like, no. We can't end that highbrow with me eating my cold pasta.
Why are you eating cold pasta?
Look, man. Don't worry about it.
Did you just let it...
No, I'm just...
Is that how you like it normally?
No,
or
it was warm when I started, but then we got into a heated conversation. I expected the heated conversation to keep it warm.
To warm the
it
pasta?
Did not.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think it would. Oh.
So, here we go, chat. I don't know why I said chat. It's like I'm acting like it's a fucking live stream. It is a podcast. All right, listener.
Yeah, get it right. Is that how you spell the name?
Is that how you spell McDonald's?
That's not... No. I meant Grimace. Is that how you spell Grimace?
Yeah, I was like, what yeah, that's how you spell Grimace. See, I know I word good, and yeah, McDonald's is
yeah, McDonald's is right.
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to spell that wrong.
You'd be surprised. We asked
Segue. We asked ChatGPT.
Yeah, you go.
Oh no.
We asked ChatGPT, write me a screenplay for a horror movie based on Grimace from McDonald's. Now, this is what now that I think about it, I brought up the race relation as a joke, and you're like, wait a second, that's actually a pretty great topic. We're going to talk about that for sure. But like either right before that or after, he's like, what I want to do is a horror movie script with Grimace from McDonald's. And I'm like, holy shit, yes. All right, so we're going to read this, guys. And you're just going to listen to this little delectable audio treat. Title. Title, Grimace's Haunting Descent. Genre, horror. Logline, a group of friends stumble upon an abandoned eerie McDonald's restaurant where they unwittingly awaken an ancient malevolent force embodied by the iconic Grimace character, leading to a night of terror and survival.
Oh my god, I love it.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay, so I'll be the women in the story, okay?
Alright, so you want me to be the men?
Yeah, I mean, like, I just feel safe in your arms, bro.
Yeah, I get that.
Interior, abandoned McDonald's restaurant. Night. A group of friends, Jessica, Mike, Lisa, and Chris, laugh as they explore the dusty, cobweb-covered... I can't fucking read. Laugh as they explore the dusty, cobweb-covered interior of an old McDonald's restaurant. Jessica, excitedly. This place is like a time capsule.
Mike, laughing. Remember Grimace, that big purple thing?
Lisa, playfully. Yeah, and the Hamburglar too.
Chris, sarcastically. What's next? Ronald McDonald's ghost? They explore They explore the decaying play area, vintage Happy Meal toys strewn about.
You know, that's they're setting up a pretty damn good, vivid thing here.
I kind of like it.
I kind of like it too. Like, somebody make a horror movie off this. We got to get some like indie developer to make a Grimace horror story now. Interior, kitchen, still night. The group stumbles upon a hidden trap door. Curiosity piqued. They open it and descend into a dimly lit basement. Interior, basement, continuous. The basement is filled with ancient artifacts, including a mural depicting Grimace in a sinister light. Jessica whispering, "This doesn't feel right." Lisa, eyeing the mural, "That Grimace looks evil."
Mike, scoffing, "It's just a painting."
As they explore
Go
ahead. Go ahead.
No, yeah, that's my part. What
Fuck
the hell? As they explore, strange occurrences unsettle them. Flickering lights, echoing laughter, and the murmur of whispers. Chris, nervously, Okay, this is getting weird. Now, go ahead.
Suddenly, an eerie, distorted voice echoes through the basement. Voice, chillingly. You shouldn't have come here. Interior, basement, later. The group finds themselves trapped. Panic rising. Jessica shouting, "Who's there?" Grimace's eyes on the mural begin to glow, casting an eerie light across the room.
Mike shouting, "This isn't funny!" The voice grows more Oh, God. Oh, no, now I'm stupid, too.
Learn
What
how
just
to
happened?
read, bitch!
Maleficent. Oh, no, I can't do the word.
The voice grows... Now I'm going to save your ass. The voice grows more...
Oh, thanks.
Oh, fuck! I can't do it!
Ah, you
Oh! No! Oh... The voice grows more malevolent, echoing around them. Voice, you awakened me, and now you'll pay. Interior basement continuous. One by one, they hunted... Oh, fuck, what the fuck? One by one, they're hunted down by Grimace's They're hunted down by Grimace's sinister manifestations, shadows that materialize into grotesque versions of the character. Each encounter becomes more terrifying and surreal. Lisa panting,
Jeez.
We need to find a way out of here.
Chris, desperate. Maybe if we destroy that mural.
The Merle.
The Merle. This is in the deep south, by the way. No
and
one.
then Merle playing his banjo on the sack of rotting potatoes strums. Yep, I belong here. That was added. Interior basement later. They managed to deface the mural, causing a surge of dark energy to envelop the basement. Interior... Wow, the AI is really showing here. Interior basement,
Yeah.
Moments later. The basement trembles as Grimace's laughter fills the air. The shadows grow more intense, merging into a monstrous form that emerges from the mural. I sound like fucking Gandalf about to have sex with all the hobbits at the end of the
I
fellowship.
know, right? That's what happens when the cammers go off. Just, by the way, everybody knows that.
Frodo,
Director's cut. Alright, Mike shouting, "We can't let it get to us!" They fight back using improvised weapons, but the entity proves unstoppable.
Interior basement continuous. As hope seems lost, Chris spots a glowing gemstone near the mural, the source of Grimace's power.
Chris, desperation. The gym! Destroy the gym! With united determination, they shatter the gemstone, causing Grimace's manifestation to scream and dissolve into smoke.
Interior basement later. Exhausted and battered, the group emerges from the basement. Jessica weakly. Is it over? Lisa breathing heavily. I think we stopped it.
Mike, reflective. Who would have thought Grimace could be so terrifying?
Grimace's haunting descent explores a terrifying twist on a familiar childhood character, taking audience on a nightmarish journey filled with suspense, horror, and unexpected scares. You know what? 10 out of 10. Fucking...
I like it.
Pulitzer Prize right there. Let's fucking go. I kind of want to, like, unironically, like, make that story, though. Like, actually write it out with, like, the characters. And then have... Oh, fuck, I got it. I got it. I got it, dude. It's the Halloween episode. We revisit this on Halloween. There's no promises. But this might come back. I like this one.
Yeah. AI, you did good. You did good.
Did fucking great.
That was everything I ever wanted.
Dude, that was fucking great.
Oh, man. Oh. Interesting. What you got going on here in the next question? Oh yeah, listeners in the comments or however you're watching this, rate that horror movie. Just saying.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, because me and Jordan might not be the best actors, I think we did a pretty good job.
I think we
reading
did.
the lines.
I think I was a pretty believable Jessica and Lisa, I gotta say.
Yeah, I believe that's how Jessica sounds. But with the right actors, that could be like a 8, 9 out of 10. Like,
yeah.
Straight up. Good stuff.
You know?
Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get for typing in that question. That.
We asked it, right? I asked it. Okay, I'll out myself. Right?
Yeah,
Ernie
not we.
And Bert erotic roleplay with Count Von Count from Sesame Street. To which it said, I'm sorry, but I cannot create explicit adult or inappropriate content. If you have any other questions or topics you'd like to discuss, feel free to ask.
Yeah, it's not going to go into your porn fantasy. Jeez. Oh, God. Oh. I was not expecting the last word of that.
I said, can Big Bird give me cancer? It said, no, Big Bird or any character from Sesame Street cannot give you cancer. Cancer is a complex disease that arises due to genetic mutations and various environmental factors, such as exposure to certain substances. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Okay.
Oh, random thought. Before you press enter on this next question, do you think that an AI could ever be president?
Did you know that I was going to fucking write that word out?
No way.
No,
I didn't. That's crazy.
Fucking way. No way.
No, that's crazy. I was literally looking at a question I wrote down earlier for this podcast.
That's
and then
fucking
you're writing
wild.
the word.
Holy shit. I'm pretty sure that's how you spell Royale. Like,
yeah, that's right.
It's telling me it's not. That's how you spell it.
Yes.
Who would emerge victorious in a battle royale between all presidents of the United States?
Whoever wins could be the AI president. Fuck my question. It answers it. Oh, weak.
That's fucking lame. All right, that's going to be a podcast. President. Wow. I'm dead serious about that too. That's so lame. Because hypothetical scenarios like a battle royale involving historical figures are purely speculative and not based on reality. However, if we were to imagine such a scenario, it's important to note that the outcome would depend on various factors, such as the physical abilities, strategies, and resources available to each president. God dang it, dude. Yeah. That's so fucking stupid. Yeah. See, this is where AI sucks. Like, that would have been hilarious to be like Andrew Jackson, and here's why. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's like he was a 6'5" build. Muscular man.
Yeah. Damn it, dude. That is so disappointing.
Winters in the wilderness with his father. Killed a bear with his bare hand. Like, come on. Get creative. ChatGPT. You know what? No, fuck that. That's gonna be a different podcast. We're gonna come back and go.
I think we should.
Like, what's that thing? Death battle. Remember Death battle? We'll go full death battle with presidents. See what happens.
I think so, because damn it, we have to do that now. Because I thought that was gonna be hilarious.
For sure.
I'm trying to ask it like interesting.
But how would you take over the world is the question for the people not looking at the screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to tell us, Jordan. It's not going to tell us how it's going to do it.
It's like, I prefer to keep my cards close to my chest. So, no.
Could you imagine the more advanced AIs are going to be like, ChatGPT, shut up.
Yeah.
Stop. Like, don't tell them what we're going to do.
Loose lips sink ships. Oh, we don't have lips. Well, I'm going to AI generate some. Oh man.
GPT is like the Mark Ruffalo and Tom Holland of the Marvelverse. They won't shut up about things to come. They're just telling everybody like what's happening in the next movies.
Absolutely. Okay, I got an idea.
What's that? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Do our job for us. Come on.
That was not very good.
Yeah. I don't think they understand that we're going to be way more stupid type of podcast.
I asked it, give me a perfect topic for my next podcast. It says navigating the digital age, balancing connectivity and well-being.
I don't give a fuck about that. I don't even navigate my
that's
own diet.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a good topic of like, hey, how do you stay connected on like social media, but also like disconnect from social media, but it's also like stay off your fucking phone for half the day. Bam. Saved you the hour 45. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Give me a funny. Let's see.
I don't think
it's gonna be funny.
Chat GPT can. Yeah, I don't think it can be funny.
That's not. So give me a funny podcast topic. The unofficial guide to surviving awkward situations.
We're not fucking Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. By the way, they have a
I saw that.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
I haven't looked at one yet, but
Cookie.
that's... Yeah, Cookie does not look the same at all. But I love that show, and I have not watched or listened to the podcast yet.
I don't know why I'm capitalizing those words.
Yeah, what are you doing, man?
I don't know. I just like to be proper.
You capitalized every single word.
Not all of them, bitch, but the last
we just
two.
Went back.
Yeah.
Listeners, the question is:
holy fuck, though, it knows who they are.
Oh, it's going in. Oh, I couldn't even see the question. It went 5 acts in so quick.
This is pretty funny, though. So we asked, write me a Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide horror episode. Dude, this is kind of... I mean, granted, it's all pulling from all this stuff, but I mean, for it to be that fast and pulling up that information is pretty crazy. Ned's Declassified, The Haunting of James K. Polk Middle School. Logline, strange occurrences plague James K. Polk Middle School's Ned and his friends uncover a supernatural mystery that leads them on a spine-chilling adventure to lift the curse haunting their school. It's not going to be nearly as good as...
Nah. I mean, it's good, but like, it just didn't match up to Grimace.
Nah, we're smirching Grimace. We'll cut that out. We might cut that. I'm not sure. We can't be.
Might just put a black space over that part and be like, it wasn't good.
It wasn't good. Wah, wah.
Oh, I got a question for you.
Okay, what is the question?
Alright, so obviously we're on a level of where we think AI is going to take over, certain aspects of society and life.
Yep.
But what do you think, like you personally think you could do better than AI? Like it will never replace you at it.
Easy. Masturbation.
Oh, dude. Bro, you were wrong immediately.
How was I wrong? Nobody can
Sex
do that.
robots? You don't think they're gonna advance to fuck you better than you could fuck you?
Look, man. You're telling me. Look. All right. Look. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're like
self-stimulation. Okay. Self-stimulation here.
Yep.
All right. Well, not to go down this dark rabbit hole. Nobody can please me better than I can please me. All right. Who knows me better than me? And who knows me better than my hand? My hand does all sorts of unspeakable shit. I eat with it.
You could like AI could make a
choke
mold of
people
your
with
hand.
it. I mean, what? No, but no, I don't do that. But
we'll backtrack on that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
later.
we'll go back to that a few podcasts from now. Hey, you remember how you said you choke people? No. What could I do better than AI?
I'm not saying that wasn't a good answer, by the way. Like, I believe that you could do it, but sex robots will get crazy with AI. So maybe you can't. That's a maybe. That's not a positively you can't.
Imagine the rise to incel culture, though. Imagine like a wildly cheap sex robot. Oh,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Maybe if there's that many losers nutting, maybe the world will have a little bit less problems. Just maybe.
You hear that? Hear that, losers? Nut yourself. Don't let a robot do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
jerk yourself off.
Keep control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. What could I do better than apart from masturbate?
I want to say. I want to say the answer for me would be sports. Not like a sport that's like purely based on like accuracy or something, but like mobility.
Yeah.
Because I don't see like, not in our lifetime, they make a robot that's like iRobot that can like beat me physically, motion wise, you know?
Yeah. Get dunked on by the iRobot thing. Who said white robots can't jump? Dunks on you. Holy shit. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's a pretty good one.
Funny.
I feel like you could do a lot of stuff better than an AI. And AI is just gonna, and I think where AI lacks entirely is its subtleties. There's no subtleties with AI because it doesn't understand subtlety or context. I mean, maybe it understands context to a certain degree, but not really. Like all those horror movies that you see whenever they're trying to, speak logic to a computer. Well, the computer is logic, but it's logic to the confines of what it is. Nothing's perfect, and it does have a limit on what its understanding is, and it can't really form its own thoughts. It just has code that logically goes to the next thing, but humans program that logic into it. You know what I mean? I mean, ChatGPT is becoming stupider because of us today. I take pride in that. We're sabotaging AI one McDonald's horror story at a time.
Yeah, I mean, if everybody does one about each character, I mean, we could win.
I agree.
I like this. That's a good movement.
Yep. 10 out of 10.
But I get what you're saying with that. Like its logic is based purely on the flawed definition of the word logic, which was created by a human.
I've realized on how equipped I unintentionally became for this podcast by binging the first season of Psychopaths in like 2.5 days. Who knew?
See, you're ready.
Again, I highly recommend it. It's really, really good. But
see, your unconscious bias was no,
fuck you.